Hey, onegaishimasu. Okay, and I've got to get used to it. We're just going to stay in the current configuration. But just having looked at some of the stuff, I need to demonstrate out here a bit more. Okay, so we'll kind of get this sooner or later. Okay. And I'm going to do something that I want you to do a little bit. Okay. Now, there's a tendency to twist the body, but now, for example, the hips are ball and socket joints. One rotates here, the other is in front. And this is kind of like Stephen Curry's celebration after a big shot. He's got great hips, great footwork, great balance. Now, try extending it out a little bit, which you'll kind of find it's more difficult to kind of get that three-dimensional quality in the hips. So you really got to work, and you get lower tendency to just twist. Boom. The other one's working in tandem with it. Okay, good. Now just slide it out another notch. It gets harder, doesn't it? Okay, good. Now, what we're going to do, just two grabs with both hands, you know, and the hold's kind of firm, and I kind of freeze. Oh, look. Yeah, right, I'm out there. For example, the hip moves. But the body doesn't twist. Ooh, the hip rotates. Or whatever. Okay. It grabs on right there. Okay, so somebody grabbing both shoulders right here, coming in, he grabs kind of firm. I freeze up the hips turn. Foot moves off the hip turns. There's a tendency to step and get locked here. Turn the hip first, then the step, then you get the base. Okay, let's start out with that. Two hands, okay? Okay, good. Now, one of the things I kind of want you to look at, okay, your movement good. There's a start and a stop right here. There's no start or stop. Continuum. So even when you're not doing anything, you're doing something. Casual appearance, but more than just casual. All right. Okay. Now, for example, here we're starting with the grip, but you're already kind of in that place. Now you're thinking. It's not a thought. Or there's a thought, but it doesn't stay a thought. Thought triggers a body connection, which triggers an energy flow. If it stays up here, it's too outer. Easy, 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 easy. You good? Okay. And, oh, okay, now right there, there's a step. No step, come on. Am I gonna do it? I don't know. No, boom, boom, boom. Easy, easy, easy. I gotta do this now, easy. Easy is not easy, but that's what we're working on. Okay, easy right there, and all of a sudden there's motion. Good, 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 good. There was probably a thought, but it didn't stay up here. It connected to your body, and the mind and the body created the flow, didn't it? Okay, so easy place, good. Now you're getting a lot more done with almost no effort. Okay, you're kind of touching that flow dimension. Okay, so. Okay, good. Yeah. Now, one of the things, for example, if I trigger it with a step, you see how it locks up? You turn the hip and then you step. See, I step, but I'm stuck. Triple, then the step. All right? So, got a step, turn the hip, step, turn the hip, step. We're intentionally not harming it because you don't want to start talking to people from a harmony. You're going to be, but on the other hand, it's like once the hip turn, you create a harmony, don't we? Okay, all right, all right, keep going. Okay, all right. And all right, I still gotta remember to be a little further back. I'm over there, and the the screen image not so good. Again, we're really kind of trying to segue into the flow dimension. Okay. Now, a couple of things. If you stay mental, it tends to lock up. So your mind kind of clears, empties, you're easy. Body kicks in. You need both body and mind in some sort of balance to touch the flow dimension, don't you? You can start with the body, but if you're in the body, you might get mechanical. So, that body, imagination, things like that are engaged. Okay, so there's a balance that triggers the gateway to the flow dimension. Okay, and we're starting kind of wide. Somebody puts their hands on you and they're gonna, okay, all right. So kind of within that, number of things that could be. Now, one of the things my attention is on him out there. Easy in the center. Because it's easy. Wide angle lens, you have some sort of interior, which means your mind and your body have a place to kind of connect. Okay? Now, boom. Okay, now right here, I start to engage the arm. But what's the extend through the arm? And we have a technique. It's called an E-kill or knee kill. This is one. Okay? Okay, good. Now, right about here, I start to get very loud. He starts to push me around, so boom, I don't keep that place, don't I? Feel your way here. All right, now he's strong right there. I don't turn your hip just boom, and then most of the work is done. Extend through the elbow. And be straight. And breathe. Core and hips and breath in that. If he's turn the elbow towards you, it kind of connects to what Robert Koga called the triceps tendon right there. If you kind of get somebody. No. And okay, so let's keep the same partner. Okay, go into the ischio, nistio. Okay, all right. excavator. Okay, but one thing I kind of want you to look at is that there's a little too much drift in your turn. So it's called drift.
Sure.
Yeah, and likewise, this is drift. So, yeah, the way that Bruce Lee would put it, simple, direct, non-classical. I'm trying to do the classical technique. Yes, that's good. You're gonna be in the neighborhood of it, but you know, I'll write about you. Okay, so now, older style.
Yeah.
All right, now right about here, this is a tricky one, because you start getting twisting the arm. Okay, the hips turn, the center. Okay, it's almost done. Important to, if you're taking a class, teach people to stretch with that. Like one of the things here, they come here. You know, somebody who's a beginner, have them bend the knees. And right here, have them touch the ground with their free hand. Good. Because if they don't do that, and you extend through them, they're going to land on it. Like in the ear or whatever it is. So right here, boom, they acquire that. And then, so when you're teaching, you know, you got to realize, you know, you guys are all veterans, so you do it naturally, but you're trying to teach somebody, they're going to be going like this and like this and like this. And they tension. I start to try to twist the arm. If I go like that, they're going to hit something. They're going to bang your knee. All right. So you kind of teach them, bend the knee, and it's kind of quick. Touch the ground. Good. Now you can walk and stretch them. And all of a sudden, they become a new case. You see, that's an important one. But we want to eliminate, if possible, the drift here. Because, well, oh, a lot of solutions. Okay, you see what I mean? You're easy there. You're not here to pick somebody in the neck. Well, there was Donald Trump grabbed this, we might. Yeah. Okay. I bet you just did that to win. Edit that out.
There's actually more than one potential.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was nice. Okay, all right, good, good, good. Okay, now, let's kind of look at a slightly different scenario. So as he's coming in this direction, we're already turning. Okay. Now, you're already turning here. Now, this is tricky right here because I'm stepping, but I'm not turning. The turn triggers the step. Okay, you have a nice easy base right there. So we did this Steph Curry drill. All right. Now, twist. The twist is very, very premeditated and it's reactive. Turn. Turn. Easy. Free. The feeling right there is you are floating, not drifting. This is a drift. Okay, now what happens when you drift? You get reactive and shit. Okay. You're floating on a ocean of tea. Now, the funny thing about that ocean is it reflects you. I'm agitated, it's a storm. I'm cool and calm, appreciating the depth of the ocean. And I got this good. Now, what we're going to do, now right here, if the elbow goes up, there's a tendency to twist the arm. Extend through it. And again, if you can't pin somebody, turn the elbow towards yourself and then pin. Okay, that was an old trick I learned from Robert Koga, who dealt with cops who didn't want to obey him at all. They wanted to test and see whether it worked or not. So for him, it worked. Yeah, but he had to acquire a certain expertise in dealing with people who are difficult to deal with. Okay? So, you know, that doesn't work. Easy, not twist, but take the slack out of the triceps tendon. Go. It's the same thing right there. Okay? Keep the same part of this to the motion. Okay? Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's a calm ocean. So if I'm running at you in the ocean, you're feeling the repercussions on the calm surface of it. This creates space. Right now, there's a tendency to go external and reactive. Yeah, you're going to drop something in the ocean, it's going to sink. Unless you hold it up. And you drop it. Okay? All right, so that's good. Good now. Oh, that's another technique. You're still on the east hill. Other hand. Okay, now we're kind of caught up in this conundrum. I got an arm. I'm going to try to twist your finger. Don't do that. Send the beam out. Bypass the jump. What did Bruce Lee say? Simply to simplify. I'm going to work my whole Aikido career to try to figure out how to twist the arm. You don't twist your arm at all. But you can make a billions of styles on how to twist the arm properly. We feel, but we go this way, go that way. Okay, you go through the arm. Okay, now we're talking Star Trek. You're going to fire a phaser on stun. Right? What do I do here? I'm going to fire a phaser on stun. Okay, phasers on stun. Basic Star Trek. Yeah, we're here to restore peace and calm, not to kill. Okay, you see that feeling? So go again. Come on. That's better. Now you just bypassed about 10 years of stupidity. You see what I mean? And then what happens is you get some success and you start to make styles and rules.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? History called that the classical mess. What those didn't say we call that, it's just probably bad training. Okay, all right? Okay, all right? Okay, good. Good. Okay, now, right there. You're trying to lift. Don't. Sure. Okay, now it's phasers on stun, but you don't want to shoot the roof. Okay, go. So direct. Let's stun. Phasers on kill, okay, that's a possibility, especially if somebody doesn't know how to take the fall, okay? They could land on the side of their head and not be a problem anymore, but there won't be a problem. And you've created probably some bad karma for yourself. Okay, so go again. Now right there. Extend. Good. Follow through. Right? Other than that, you're gonna devise a bunch of sub techniques on how to twist the arm, get it done, but you don't twist the arm at all. Again, the basic Bruce Lee, simply to simplify. And I'm making rules, is that, and yes, I have an approach, and I'm no rules except be direct. Phaser on stun. Don't, should I put it on stun? Should I put it on whatever it is? Stun, boom. And then if it's serious, you can shift the setting on the phaser. Okay, so go again. Come on. You're still going to fire the phaser. Good. Okay, now, what you're doing right there is a push. Okay, now right there, we get a lot into, now the old style, which is a little funny. You just give them an acupuncture point, just to loosen up the meridian, go boom, then you go that way. But see, this is a push. I put it right here, boom. But you got to remember to fire the phaser. You see what I mean? Sure. No, if you come in to grab this way, then this is the same thing, right? I'm going to start to push against you. No, we're just going to fire the phaser. Right? Well, if you come in, we're going to move back, and then we're going to move in. Oh. Very fluid. But we're highlighting. Now that was one-handed tap. This is the two-handed tap, which creates a little bit more of an opportunity to get entangled. You got to cut through that. Okay, so go again. No, through. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Now it's another basic. Okay, but one of the things I would be solid on me. You're trying to turn the wrist. Don't turn your hip and then turn the wrist. Now you're in a position. Boom, then get the phaser on stun. Not that serious. I'm the captain, and there's this idiot out there who's a little too itchy with a phaser. As I said, you're not going on that mission. I know you just want to wipe out people with a phaser, and sooner or later I'm going to report you to Star Trek. You won't be around here anymore. But right about here, okay, good. These are on fun. Okay, now right here, this is more difficult because I start to lift. Now, boom. Simple, direct, non-classical. Phaser game. Not twist the arm. You'd be surprised how it changes your psychology. Yeah, you're going to put it on stun, but you're going to fire it if you need to. It's on stun. Okay. Oh, should I put it on? Well, if in doubt, put it on stun. That way, in the event, it's not as you don't read the situation properly, you don't kill anybody. There's Khan. It's about to not on stun. Right? But I don't know. So I'm going to put it on stun. I'm going to fire it if I need to. Okay. And that again, you'll put you into Star Trek Academy Cadet School, and I've kept you going over my exploits, Phaser on stun in the situation. Because he broke all his own rules, but that's another thing. Okay? All right? Go. Yeah. Yeah, we can see the elbow pointed up. Okay, you come here, just come here. The elbow points up. Yeah. If I go that way, it's gonna be there, okay? Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna fire the phaser. Now, boom, that's also, change my mind and reset the phaser. You see what I mean? All right? Now we're using basic Star Trek because it's fun. But you're dealing martial arts, so you somewhat are dealing with issues of power. All right? Now the proper use of it is to be very merciful. It's a phaser on stun situation, not a if I'm like this, then maybe I shouldn't be Star Trek commander, Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Let's get back here. Now, let's kind of get everything now. I'm going to climb a mountain, but that path of the mountain's dangerous or blocked. So I'm going to take another. Now, right about here. Okay, this is one of those things where it just keeps going around and around and nothing's stopping. Now, wherever you are, twist the arm, put your weight in the arm, fire the face. We're firing that way, but you're setting it up with a more circular approach. Okay? What is a phaser? It's energy. And you adjust the energy of the situation. Done. But you still got to fire it or decide not to fire it. Okay? So we're in Star Trek Cadet Academy School right now. Okay? And I get to be Captain Kirk, and I've broken every one of the rules that I'm trying to teach you guys. But I'm Captain Kirk, you're not. All right, so easy. I understand the rules, and I also know when to break them. Not, but makes for entertaining stories. Okay. So anyway, from here, let's just kind of like so now, for example, here, maybe there's too much. So what I'm going to do is go this way. Now, right about here, I start to drag them around, but boom. So I'm going to go straight. I fire the laser that way. I get to here, I fire the laser that way. I don't put my weight into it. You understand? If we, for example, go to here, we go this way, we get to this way, I'm going to fire the laser down. Still stun. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the 10 conversion, which means right about here, boom, we go that way. Now, same thing here. He does a lot of weight, turn the hip first and then. And that creates, maybe he's just got too much energy down there, and my spider sense tells me to go the other way. Now I go to here, he's got some weight, and I'm going to fire that cage. Well, that's a feeling, it's an energy pulse. It's like Stephen Curry, just feeling this flow on the basketball court. And he's not going to take the ball, and it's not basketball. Touch, time, rhythm. Okay? So let's change partner, switch to the 10 con. One of the things too, don't fire the laser until you get a clean shot. It's done. You got your position here. Now, right about there, you know, you're losing somebody else because you're careful because you're not in the case of this, and so you got to go with something else. Okay. Now, you know, if you're really not going to go down, they say, okay, now I'm going to fire the laser down. Okay. But you're kind of interested in me here. Good. Now we get to just put the boom. Through. Okay. Now twist the arm. Now put your arm in. Okay. But you're a little too soon with that. Yeah, the phaser's on stun, but I got to read the situation all 360 if I can. If I can't do that and I do something stupid, I put it on my report to Star Trek, to the Federation. Yeah, I boxed that one up because it looked to me like this and it wasn't that way. Okay. Yeah, okay, you're okay, Kurt. You're still a commander. But you got to explain yourself. Yeah, I kind of. Yeah, okay. But that was my process, and this is what I had to. And I didn't really, right? But you know, if I go here, okay, good, and then we go this way. Okay, good. Now, right there, if you go, I got to move a little bit more over here, find my balance, and boom. Okay, got it? It's still done. I'm going to fire it if I need to. If I don't, we're power to me. I'm a good negotiator here. If it gets out of control, this definitely warrants phasers on stun. Okay, so we use our basic Star Trek lore to kind of give ourselves a psychological profile of ourselves in the situation. Not all out phasers. Phasers stun, and we'll try our best not to even fire them. And maybe I should be listening to what Mr. Spock is telling me, as opposed to getting too carried away with the fact that I'm a Star Trek commander. You see what I mean? All right? Okay. Yeah, one of the things I kind of want you to look at a little bit. Okay. A bit more. A little bit more. Here and you know, let the situation develop. Get a little bit more depth there. Then you get that one. Okay. You're trying a little extra. The freeze, if it turns a little bit, it creates a little better beat for you. Okay. Okay, good. Now, you see, you got a better. The rest of it's a lot easier because you, in some sense, you waited that little extra to let the depth come in. Okay. 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 Now, one of the things right there, okay, kind of, if I push here, I create more problems. So I'm not going to push. I'm just going to move to here. And move like that. If I push, you're basically the most, no, it may. Now, if you come at me right there, maybe I should be careful because, you know, I got to make something happen real quick. Okay? All right. In other words, I have to. And what did I do? Okay, instead of firing the phaser, I punched somebody out. Okay, because they were in range, and you know, it's like, oh, like, yeah, bam, yeah, let's face it first. Okay, that's what I mean. All right, but one of the things, for example, when I push you there, it makes everything harder. Turn the hip, go to the hip. All right, now right about here, then fire the phaser on stun. See what I mean? All of a sudden you're out there and I'm chasing you, and all of a sudden, you know, basically I want to be the center and I want you to be the circle. And right now we change positions. Okay, all of a sudden I'm pushing you out there. You're the center and I'm chasing you. All right, now I'm gonna go here and boom. Okay. All right, so there's a lot that goes on in these basic techniques. In fact, you know, maybe what we should do is have part of Star Trek Academy teach an Aikido course. Okay, you see what I mean? Like that was why I was sent to create I did. It was create peace, no more wars. But to train leaders, right? Now we're not in the future being Star Trek commanders or even Star Trek captains, but you know, you're using a certain amount of energy and power. And so in education and how to some degree keep the peace and do what you have to do that in a good, humane way. Okay, win-win-win. Okay, so go again. Don't chase him. Don't push him away. Okay, good. Now, hold there for a bit. Yeah. Okay, good. Just a little extra forbearance. You may not even have to fire the phaser. Yeah, I'm glad I listened to Spock this time. I negotiated it without having to do my usual Kirk number. You see, all right. Kirk's cool, except that you know, there and just well, I don't listen to all that. I just react to him like that. Sometimes that's very good, and sometimes he creates more problems than he solves. And a lot of things work for him because the script writers do it that way. In real life, you mess up most of the time. All right. Okay. Okay. Now, for example, let's just say he's coming in this way. Now, what we're going to do. Now, this is a tricky one because what I'm like, I'm not a Star Trek commander here. I'm a quarterback. Okay, and he's the pass rush. And it's coming at me nice and wide, and I'm standing back there about to get hit, and my mind is going crazy. So I'm going to do something dumb, like drop the ball or throw the ball up for grabs, and it's a turnover. Okay, now this double shoulder grab, but you're much more likely to get attacked this way than this way, right? Okay, and one of the things here. Okay, now what are you going to do when a bunch of guys are going to try to kill you if you're the quarterback? You have to understand angles. They're coming at you where they perceive you to be. Now, if you start to run, they've already won because all of a sudden you're in no position to make a play. But, you know, good, you know, Joe Montana, he'd get off there and say, he'd throw the pass that made them really regret if they put that blitz package in. You see what I mean? And sometimes with that right attack, I don't have a lot of room to spin and turn. Okay? This is what you call chokusetsu, you're reading. Direct. It's the square entry, not the triangle, but the circle. You don't have the circle because, you know, how are you going to get behind me to lead me in the circle? All right? It's not the triangle because you're not piercing me like a spear. You're going into the square in a certain way to resolve things directly. Okay? Right? So what we're doing here, it's a wide attack, touch. Okay? Now, right about here, I had enough time where I could do this. And my motion here. And what I want to mention a bit like that, there's a lot of energy in that, but there's not a lot of force, is there? Yeah. So if you start to copy what I do using force because good, I get a chance to mix it up, you're doing the same, you're doing the wrong thing right here. Okay? Now, I pause and talk, so I have enough room to go more into the circle. But if he's coming in this direction, that's the more direct approach. That feel a little bit more, connect, square entry. Okay? And using some of myself here, I got to bounce right off of him. I'm firing in a way I make a connection with him very directly. I'm not pushing, colliding, twisting, trying to even get underneath him to trick him. It's direct. Okay, everybody here is gonna leave this class with a little better sense of what it's like to be a Star Trek captain. All right? I'm gonna enter to the left, my left hand, right hand, but I'm not behind him. He's still facing direct entry. For whatever reason, there's somebody over there. I'm going to go to my right, feel, not just look and try to deflect. Double feel, step, step. Now the finish of it is a phaser on spin. Okay? Not a twist, not a leverage. Okay? Well, since I told Nadeau Sensei once, the reason he talked in such strange language about floating bridges and God and goddesses, he was afraid people were going to try to just use leverage and timing and turn Aikido into Judo, which is fine. But what happened? He wanted people to engage their imagination. So we're using the Star Trek stuff to get you to role play a little bit, which means you're starting to feel, experience the character. And everybody here is in Star Trek Academy, a cadet, and I'm James T. Kirk telling you what to do, even though I made every mistake in the book. I'm James T. Kirk. And okay, all right. So let's. Well, this is tricky because it's a wide attack. You don't have a lot of time to step outside and spin. Okay. Wide attack. You're the quarterback. I'm two defensive members who were blitzing you, hoping you toss the ball up. The energy is very wide here. Okay? So you need a little angle. And then you thread them with a pass, touchdown. They don't do that anymore. Yeah, we can't blitz Joe Montana. Yeah, you couldn't. Okay? But they know who they can blitz. And they do it all the time. That person probably isn't around that long. Okay, Montana could make decisions. You just find that little angle thing, boom, touchdown. Boom, first down. All right, whatever you needed. Okay, let's change partners. David, let's try that again, okay? And I'm a little bit of coaching on it. Okay. Good. Now I would be moving already. Get an angle. Turn your hips. Turn your hips. Create an angle. Okay. Now, right there. There's a little push there. I want you to do. All you're doing is feeling. That's all it is. You start to push. Right? Now there's a scoot once you get it. There's a feeling. Little scoot. Get a better angle. Now I do. There's that direct entry. So there's touch, turn, direct. Okay? And if I'm starting to do this, I'm a quarterback who's going to probably drop the ball or fumble. I'm going to drop the ball trying to escape, or conversely, when I get hit, I'm going to drop the ball and fumble. The other team says, good, we can do this all day. All right? Now, okay, now take the strength out of your arm. Easy, you're feeling. Radar, blip. You're looking at a radar screen. You're not looking at me coming at you. That's what Montana had. He had in mind like you could see the radar. Okay. Good. Now. Okay, good. Now hold it for this. Feel. Good. Come here. All right, oh, looks, you know, Jay, he's so easy, he just throws the ball and it's a first down or a touchdown, there's a lot to it. He's able to think spatially. And because they're coming there and they're Sherry right, and I can spread that ball